In the heart of the city, beneath the roar of traffic and the glow of flickering neon signs, wandered a dog with no name. To the world, he was invisible, just another stray blending into alleyways and shadows. But on one unforgettable night, he would step into the light and into history. For months, this dog had made his home in a forgotten industrial area. No collar, no microchip. His fur was matted and caked in dust. He limped slightly on one leg from an old injury, maybe from a car or a fight for food. Every day was a survival challenge. He was a ghost to the people who passed him by. Shopkeepers ignored him. Cars honked at him. Only a young girl named Mia from the corner store left out scraps for him. Rice, bits of meat, sometimes even her sandwich. She called him Hero. He never came close, but he always waited until she left to eat. Across town, Officer Daniel Ruiz was known for his quiet strength. A former Marine turned beat cop, he patrolled the graveyard shift with precision and heart. But underneath his calm demeanor was a recent tragedy. He'd lost his K9 partner Rex just 6 months prior during a raid gone wrong. Daniel hadn't fully recovered. He still kept Rex's collar in his cruiser, often reaching for it absent-mindedly. And though he'd declined a new K9 partner, the absence haunted him. On a stormy night, Ruiz received a dispatch about a break-in at a storage compound in the industrial zone, the same forgotten place Hero called home. It seemed routine. No alarms, just a civilian call about suspicious figures. The rain had just started falling when Ruiz pulled up. He clicked on his flashlight and stepped out, radioing in his location. Unbeknownst to him, Hero was already nearby, tucked beneath a shipping container, watching. He recognized the sound of trouble. Raised voices, slamming metal, hurried footsteps. Ruiz entered the first warehouse, the floor creaking underfoot. His flashlight flicked across rusted tools, overturned crates, and recently forced locks. Someone had definitely been there. Suddenly, movement. A blur passed by. He turned, shouting, "Police! Show your hands!" But before he could react, 2 figures tackled him from behind. A third emerged from the shadows, a masked man holding a weapon. They weren't just thieves. These men were smugglers, using the warehouse to store illegal weapons. Ruiz tried to fight back, but was overpowered and disarmed. One of them struck him with a crowbar, knocking him to the ground. Hero heard it. The clang, the cry of pain. He rose slowly, ears perked, muscles trembling, but not with fear, with focus. Inside the warehouse, one attacker raised his weapon, aiming at Ruiz. That's when Hero charged. Through broken glass and pouring rain, the dog became a missile of fury. He lunged at the armed man, sinking his teeth deep into the attacker's arm. The weapon clattered to the floor. In the chaos, Ruiz grabbed it and scrambled for cover. Hero barked, snarled, and drove the men back long enough for the officer to call for backup. Hero didn't stop. He fought like a soldier trained for war, darting, dodging, attacking again. But 3-to-1 odds weren't in his favor. One of the men kicked him hard in the ribs. He yelped and fell. Ruiz screamed, "No!" and fired a warning shot, forcing the men to retreat. Within minutes, sirens pierced the night, and police vehicles surrounded the scene. The men were arrested, but Ruiz had only one concern. Where was the dog? They found him behind the warehouse, breathing heavily, blood on his paw and side. He was alive, but barely. Ruiz rushed to him, cradling his head, whispering, "You saved me. You saved me." He stayed by Hero's side all the way to the emergency vet clinic. The doctors worked through the night. Broken rib, puncture wound, infection risk. But they didn't give up. Neither did Hero. Days passed. The story went viral. Headlines read, "Unknown stray saves cop from deadly attack." Local news dubbed him the guardian of the warehouse. Donations poured into the vet clinic. People asked to adopt him, but Ruiz had already made his decision. "I lost one partner," he said, "but I gained another." Recovery was slow, but Hero fought just as hard to live as he had that night. Ruiz visited every day, fed him by hand, talked to him about everything: his late partner Rex, the pain of losing him, and how Hero brought him hope again. Hero began to trust, to heal, not just physically, but emotionally. Months later, Hero walked beside Ruiz through the same streets that once ignored him. Now people waved. Kids came up to pet him. He wore a new collar with a badge, K9 Hero, Honorary Officer. Ruiz officially adopted him, and Hero began training, not to attack, but for therapy work. They visited schools, hospitals, and even veteran centers. Wherever there was pain, Hero brought calm. Wherever there was fear, he brought peace. 2701 to 2900. In time, Hero became more than a viral story. He became a symbol of resilience, loyalty, and redemption. And while he couldn't speak, his eyes told a story more powerful than any words could express. He wasn't just a stray, he wasn't just a dog, he was a protector, a survivor, a friend. 2901 3000. And on one rainy night, when a life was on the line, he answered a call no one expected him to hear, and changed everything. If this heart-pounding story moved you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Flixora, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another emotional dog story that will tug at your heartstrings.